Hello again, everybody. It's Scott Casper, Takedown Wrestling. This week, Tony Hager absent from the microphone, even with an important announcement like we're going to be delivering this morning. The Nike hot seat, however, is full with a man named Tom Erikson. He has been recently named the head coach of men's and women's wrestling at Lyons College in Batesville, Arkansas. He joins us now. Tom, congratulations.
Thank you, Scott. But as you know, been a long time. I've been through the minor leagues, been to the big leagues, and now it's time for me to run my own ship, which is going to be really exciting.
I love it. A three-time United States Olympic wrestling alternate, a two-time All-American while at Oklahoma State, a former assistant on the staff of NCAA Division I Purdue University, now the new head coach for women's and men's. Talk about spreading your wings at Lyon College.
Yeah, it's exciting. When they first mentioned coming down there, I got a call. This was really quick about 2 weeks ago. I'm like, sure, and they're like, well, we have women's too. I'm like, okay, sure, I'm still in. Have I coached women's wrestling before? No, but I'm definitely familiar with it. The style they wrestle, freestyle. Like I say, I was a 12-time U.S. Open finalist, and when I met the ladies, they asked me about it. I said, look, I understand freestyle and the techniques and tactics of it pretty well. I think I can hold my own with you guys.
So, I mean, let's face it. There is a little bit of difference, but wrestling, for the most part, is wrestling. It's just a matter of degrees, and once you put a singlet on, you're either a wrestler or you're not. And Tom, you instill in people the desire to want to win. You give them the tools to do so. They come to the university at that level, ready to go anyway. Now it's time to refine, define this program in its infancy. It's only a year old. Finished what, 15th last year?
Yes, the women finished 15th last year with two All-Americans.
Two All-Americans already. So the women's program on firm ground, I should say. The men's program obviously needs work, and here's the program where once you needed a ton of kids to populate out a wrestling program, now it's time to start to get a little bit picky.
Right. With the new program and the model that the Division III, the NAI schools are using is let's add a program in obviously wrestling, and then we build them with numbers. Well, that's well and good for them. For me, I want to win. So I kind of tasked with two things. I want to get my numbers in there, get the kids in there, but I want to get quality kids in there as well. I don't want to just get numbers. And when I say quality kids, I mean quality student athletes, kids that are going to hit the books and then hit the mats for me, and we're going to coach them up.
And the Scots athletic director, Kevin Jenkins, obviously when they added men's and women's wrestling, it was one about adding opportunity for kids, bringing more kids to campus, increasing enrollment, all of those things. But then you bring in a quality coach like Tom Erikson, and then the bar gets raised. And then it becomes about all of those things, academics and athletics. And the athletics, of course, if done correctly, will take care of themselves. That's what you're looking for, are self-motivated kids wanting to win, wanting to get great educations, or am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. And Lyon College has been rated one of the top 100 liberal arts colleges in the country. So academics is a big deal there. And they when I went in for my interview, we talked with the different admissions people and stuff like that. I said, there's not a lot of parallels in terms of finances and things like that between Division I, a Big Ten program like I came from, and Lyon College. But the one parallel we do have is academics. The entrance requirements and things like that are very high. So going to be a challenge, but boy, I'm excited for it.
The big cat, Tom Erikson, firmly planted in the Nike hot seat this morning. News, of course, went out yesterday that Lyon College had secured his services as the new head coach. He's gone through a bunch of training, not only as an assistant, but his accolades speak for themselves. You are a true Hall of Famer, not just in coaching, not just in athletics as a competitor, but also in the Wrestling and Officials Association Hall of Fame, doing so in 96. I go back to the Midlands with you. You went in '04 there. You've just been a tremendous asset to the U.S. Olympic wrestling movement. I go back even further to when you were at Triton College. So, I mean, this is something we look at as a great history. You've developed and built yourself as a contender. Now it's time for you to turn that attention toward the youth that you'll be coaching.
Yeah, been a lot of fun. I think some of the awards they give you, they just want you to go away. They don't want you to stay around so much. So they give you an award so you go away and hey, thanks for coming. You're a Hall of Famer, and then you go on to the next endeavor. But yeah, it's been a great career. I love the sport. I've been passionate about it. My entire life, and now it's time. I get to step up and make the decisions. I don't have to follow decisions, which is fine. But now it's time to make the decisions, and I'm really excited for that opportunity.
So you go home, you tell your wife Randy, and your two kids. How old is Bodie now? Is he 24?
My daughter's 14 and my son's 24.
24, yeah. Jadlin's 14. So you go home, you say, Randy, we're moving to Batesville, Arkansas. What was her response?
Well, it wasn't quite like that close. Like I said, this happened pretty quick within 2 weeks. I mentioned that I said, look, I've got to call Batesville, Arkansas. The one thing that's so awesome about my wife, I call her the Google Queen. She gets on Google, looks up everything. Obviously her first stop is the school system for our daughter. She'll be entering the ninth grade or high school. And the first stop's there. Let's check that out. And then we're checking out the area. We're checking out crime rate. She came back and gave me statistics on statistics that I didn't even realize. Then I said, yeah, all that's well and good. Look, do you want to do this? I mean, look, you want to follow up with this? Because I will follow up with this. I think this is a good opportunity. It's a chance to go south. Besides my wife being a Google Queen, she loves warm weather. I won't say she can't stand the Midwest, but the cold in the winters, she cannot stand that. So going south, a little bit more milder winters, are definitely going to be a lot nicer for her.
She's been a supporting mechanism for you. Your family has as well, all during your competitive years. I want to touch on the fact that the Big Cat has also competed in mixed martial arts, literally going to Japan and other countries to fight on behalf of different teams, different promotions. That part of your life obviously is over, but it's still part of your history.
No, it is. Competitive. When I finished, competitive wrestling in 2000, uh, you still have an itch to compete, and I was very fortunate that I still had the physical, mental tools to continue on and in mixed martial arts and had some success there. Not a whole bunch, but I was able to compete with a lot of different people, and some of the big stars that are still fighting today. Kind of had a chance to fight those guys when they're young pups and stuff like that. I still follow the fight game a lot. Trained a couple fighters. I've worked with a guy named Matt Mitrione, who's in the heavyweight in the UFC right now. Sean McCorkle, who had a little cup of coffee with the organization a little bit, and a couple other guys. It's not a full time thing, but because I've had the experience of stepping in the ring or the cage, some people look me up every now and then, and yeah, let's try to help them out if I can.
Yeah, you want to see a fun fight? Go back and look at Tom Erikson versus Kevin Randleman. That was a war, and that's what they expected from you, and that's what wrestling expects from you. Anytime you field a team, whether you're an associate or an assistant or a head coach, that's what you are expected to do: is get in there and war. And hopefully, your athletes will come out with victories and hands raised. But that's the idea: strength through wrestling, strength in knowledge, strength in academics, and of course a positive experience while at Lion. Obviously, Lion is embracing your history. They're proudly displaying this all over their website, Lionscott, Scotts.com. It's Lion, Lyon, Scotts, SCOTS.com. And folks, you can be a part of it. I'm sure he's always looking for funding. He's always looking for funding. But you've got some teams that are on the move over the next 3 weeks, don't you, that you're coaching?
Yeah, that's one of the things during my interview process. Mr. Kevin Jenkins is the athletic director. I kind of visited with him about this. I said, look, I've got commitments on some teams, some age group teams that I'm working with. And as a matter of fact, I leave today at 6 o'clock for a drive to Virginia Beach for the Virginia Beach National Duels. I've got a team going there. In June, I have a team going to Tulsa, Oklahoma for the national duels and the state team. I'm the team leader for Team Indiana. And then I'll probably take a visit down in July. I have a camp schedule. I'm going to work a camp at Appalachian State with John Mark Bentley. I got a week and a half down there working camps. Those all had to be cleared through my new boss. So which was it's kind of tough to say, hey, look, I got this job, but I'm going to do these other things. But the big sell was, look, these are all recruitable age kids, so that's going to be a lot of fun
Yeah.
to get myself, the new head coach at Lyon College, in front of some recruitable age kids.
Yeah, and quality kids, too. That's the great thing. Tom Erikson is our guest in the Nike Hot Seat today, the new head coach for the Scots of Lyon College in Batesville, Arkansas. I noticed the name Hatcher over, I think, one of the buildings there, right? Is it the
Yeah.
Hatcher Wrestling Facility, or what is it? I'm not sure. But is it Greg Hatcher?
Yes, it is. Greg
Oh,
Hatcher is a phenomenal individual, and started out, I believe, in insurance.
yeah.
And he is probably considered the godfather of wrestling in the state of Arkansas. You might recognize your listeners might recognize another name, Pat Smith. He brought Pat Smith over from Oklahoma State to the state of Arkansas to build wrestling in the state of Arkansas. And between Mr. Hatcher and Pat Smith, they've done a great job in building it. I think Mr. Hatcher has donated monies to several of the state schools. Washita Baptist, I believe, is funded by him, and multiple high school endeavors. Like I say, Mr. Hatcher is the true godfather of wrestling in the state of Arkansas, and I wouldn't be there without him. I'll tell you that right now. I know he was a big supporter of myself getting this job at Lyon College.
Well, Tom, congratulations. We've been friends for a number of years, but I think I couldn't be any more proud of you than I am at this moment. Congratulations on your new job to you and your family, and most definitely to the Scots at Lyon College, because I know for a fact they've got a quality man that'll take over this program, both men's and women's, and will be an asset to the university, both the athletic and academic pursuits, as you expect the most out of your student athletes. And I can't wait to see this program evolve over the years under your tutelage. It's time for the big cat to step up, and it's time for the athletes to start striding in the sport along with Tom Erikson. Tom, are you going to be looking for an assistant?
Yes, I am. I've had a conversation with Mike Moyer. Preferably, I'd like a woman to work with my women's team. Doesn't bother me a bit, man or women, but preferably a woman to work with my women's team. And we're probably going to tap into the women's version of the Leadership Academy that the National Wrestling Coaches Association has. And like I said, I had a conversation with Mike yesterday. He's got a couple candidates in mind, and I want to get that one of those candidates, male or female, in here as soon as we can, because like, we're behind, and we got to get working like yesterday.
I understand. I surely understand. A lot of letters got to go out, a lot of phone calls to be made, and I know you're going to be busy on both of those tasks soon, and then surely looking at your schedule and seeing who you're going to be competing against and all that. There's so much to do, but I know, listen, I watched you put together the Big Ten championships that took place at Purdue. I watched you as a masterful contributor to the Olympic trials in 2014 and even beyond. All that you've done has led you to where you are today, and you've done so with a great degree of success. And I appreciate all you've given to the sport and all you have yet to give, Tom. Thank you for the interview time today, and again, congratulations.
Appreciate it, Scott. Like I said, it's a long. You've waited a long time to do this interview when I got a position, and I'm just glad I finally got here before one of us got out of the business.
It wasn't going to be me.
Well, that's true.
Although I have been asked. Anyway, Tom Erikson, thank you so much. Congratulations, my friend. Good job out of you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the listeners. Appreciate it.
New head coach of the Scots of Lyon College in Batesville, Arkansas. He's been a guest in our Nike Hot Seat today. It's Tom Erikson. The Big Cat is back.